Welcome to the 33rd meeting of the Honolulu Liquor Commission. Please turn off your cell phones completely. And when addressing the commission, please remember to state and spell your name clearly and to speak into the microphones. Going on to our agenda, public hearings, calling agenda item number 1, application number 25-00335 from 916 Grill Street, Shabu Zen LLC.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Ms. Anna Harai, Naomi Cole on behalf of the applicant. Present to my right is the General Manager, Mr. Triton, Triton Oshiro, Oshiro. We have no changes to the investigative report.
Thank you, Ms. Harai.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application.
Is there anyone in the audience who would like to testify either for or against this application? Seeing none, commissioners, any questions?
No. Motion to approve application number 25-00335.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve agenda item number 1, application number 25-00335. Any objections or any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Agenda item number 1, application number 25-00335 is approved.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Moving on in our agenda, I'm going to special applications. Calling agenda item number 2, applications number 25-01671-1 to 25-01671-31. JSC Cajun Inc., DBA Cajun Crab Waikiki.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm Min Young Woo on behalf of JSC Cajun Inc. I would like to request to postpone the hearing for 1 more week, as we need more time to submit more documentation.
Do we need a motion or?
No commission action required. We'll schedule for next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to agenda item number 3, applications number 25-01726-1 to 25-01726-122. DTB3 LQ1 LLC. Equals at Forte.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the Commission, Greg Nishioka, authorized agent appearing on behalf of the applicant. We received Chief Investigator South's report and supervising Investigator South's report. I have no changes there to accept. Apologize. Mr. Shinsato did submit a revised floor plan to the commission. I don't think it's in the packet. Well, I didn't see it online anyway. The only change is the location of the bar. It's still in that corner, but it's moved a little further against the wall. If you note, it's in this is what you have right here. I think on the one you have, it's noted here where I'm circling. But on the revised plan, it's a little lower. Yeah. Okay. As indicated in the report, there will be people under the age of 21. Those 21 and over will be wristband and IDs will be checked at the bar. There'll be security on board, making sure that those over the 21 and over consume alcohol, but only consumers of alcohol.
So, commissioners, any questions? What type of action? So the only thing I would say is, since we do have a little bit of a different floor plan, if it does get approved through this process, can we please make sure administration gets the correct floor plan where the bar is
I'll give it to
moved?
investigators. I made 5 copies, one for
Okay.
each of you. I'll give them all 6
That's fine.
after this.
There is some outdoor area there's gonna be drinking out there as well.
Yes,
Okay,
Commissioner, they'll obviously we'll try to put some planners up or whatever necessary to make sure that there's no dash and grab kind of.
You don't want to see the revised report. You said he brought copies.
yeah, you can put copies to all of us. We can look at it.
Yep.
And then make sure.
And then we'll update the board documents after the
Okay.
hearing. Thank you.
Okay, absolutely. Thanks.
I see.
Motion.
Motion to approve application numbers 25-01726-1 to 25-01726-122 inclusive.
Been moved and seconded to approve agenda item number 3, applications 25-01726-1 through 25-01726-122. Any objections or reservations?
No.
Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Agenda item number 3 is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Moving to agenda item number 4. Application number 25-01756-1 through 25-01756-113. The Mutual Group Golf Tea Times LLC.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Corey Terayama on behalf of the applicant. To my right is Justin Shimomi, Shimomi, who is the general manager for the applicant. We have received the investigator's report as well as the supplement. We do have one slight small correction. It will be open to the public. It will not be a private event. And we would also ask that because these were applied for in anticipation of a new license, if we are granted the new license before the expiration of the specials, that we are able to come and ask for a refund for any unused special days.
So you can make that, you can give that approval now if you wish.
Okay. All right. Any commissioners, any questions or type of action?
No question.
No questions. Okay, motion to approve application numbers 25-01756-1 to 25-01756-133 with the approval to rebate the special license costs should the permanent license be approved prior.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve agenda item number 4, applications 25-01756-1 to 25-01756-113 with Commissioner Sakamoto's verbiage in to get the refund if your permanent license gets approved earlier. Any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Agenda item number 4 is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 5, application number 25-01784 from PAI Foundation, DBA PAI Foundation.
I'm Vicky Holt Takamine, VICKYHOLT TAKAMINE. I'm the executive director of PAI Foundation.
Thank you.
Could you introduce?
Oh, yeah, this is Jay Rojas, he's our CEO.
Okay.
JAYROJAS. Thank you.
Thank you. And can you walk us through your event, please?
Yeah, so we have event at the Bishop Museum grounds featuring 11 halal hula. We've got vendors, makeke, marketplace. We have a beer garden in there that will be roped off. That will have a separate tent and a separate area for serving beer. Yeah, and we'll do ID checks at the entrance to that. So there's a paid entrance at gate and then a separate entrance for checking ID into the beer garden. We plan to limit the number of people in that, the garden. So, we'll make sure that there's not too many people in there. We estimate maybe probably if they stay longer than an hour, it'll be 1 beer per person per hour.
Okay, commissioners, any questions or type of action?
No questions.
So the only couple questions I have is, so you're gonna ID and banned individuals are gonna be going into your beer garden.
Yes,
So is anyone under 21 going to be allowed in the beer garden?
no,
No. Are people going to be able to take the drinks outside of the beer garden only because if you look at your
No.
floor plan, right, there is it's the whole area where the bar is. So just want to make sure
yeah,
they're
there,
not going to be able to come out.
no.
Okay,
they
we'll say
stay
that
in,
area.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
okay.
beer out and
Okay.
ID only in.
Okay, and food vendors are gonna be outside the beer garden, but people are
That's
gonna be able to
correct.
bring in their food, correct?
Yeah, but we have no tables and chairs.
Okay, no, I mean, obviously, right, they're gonna have to drink and eat at the same time,
Yeah.
or drink and leave and eat
Yeah.
before, okay.
We don't want people to be lingering in there.
I
so
see.
We don't
I
have
got it. Good
tables and
idea.
chairs.
That makes sense. Okay,
Thank you, commissioners, any type of action?
no questions? Okay. Motion to approve application number 25-01784.
Second. It's been moved to approve it's been moved and seconded to approve agenda item number 5, application number 25-01784. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Agenda item number 5, application number 25-01784 is approved.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Aloha.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Aloha.
Moving on to preliminary hearings, agenda item number 6, application number 25-00195 from V Alamoana LLC.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the commission, Mr. Ryan, Robert Uyoka on behalf of V Alamoana LLC. Present to my right, Mr. Bo Patamavong, he's the manager, first name B-O, last name P-A-T-H-A-M-M-A-V-O-N-G. We have no changes to investigators report. This is for the former Vintage Cave located in Ala Moana Center. We have been operating under a special license with no issues.
Commissioners, any type of questions or action? No questions.
Motion to approve application number 25-00195.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve agenda item number 6, application number 25-00195. Any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Agenda item number 6, application number 25-00195 is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Going into other business, number 7, agenda item number 7, request number 25-01819. Kiichi Esquire.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of commission, Keith Kiichi for the applicant. This is a request to allow the fingerprinting for Mr. Ogawa, Yasuhiro Ogawa, to be waived. He's a businessman that resides in Japan. And I've given the commission in my letter his background. So, and his partner, Patrick Long, who's the brewmaster of Three Peaks, would be willing to sign an affidavit that Mr. Ogawa does not have a criminal record.
Yuchi, would it be possible to have Mr. Ogawa fingerprinted when he is next here?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a problem with that, but he's not likely, right now, what's holding up the preliminary hearing is the fingerprinting.
Yeah,
So let's assume the commission approves this
Yeah.
and we got the prelim in 2 weeks. He'll be here for the grand opening,
okay,
but that's not gonna be probably for 10 weeks, but I don't have a problem with that at all.
okay. How good is that? That reasonable? That we set it by the end, so 10 weeks. What is that?
This is like the end of March, so you're looking at what, the end of June?
Yeah, by the end of June,
The end of June, yeah.
or council, would that be acceptable?
Right.
Would that- would
I
that
guess the
make-
question is. Commissioner Sakamoto has asked if at the next time that
Mr. Ogawa,
Mr. Ogawa is in the islands, if he could do the fingerprinting, which probably would be 10 weeks from now. Which would be during the grand opening of the event. Would that be sufficed?
But you guys would approve it subject to getting the correct.
Right.
yeah, I mean, we'll accept the affidavit, have him not having a criminal record, get the fingerprinting when he's next in town.
I think,
Oh,
Well, actually, yeah, the licensing super, because this is not the first time we've had an issue with a foreign national who's might have difficulty with a fingerprinting requirement. And the licensing investigator can provide some information, if you wish, on how other applicants have
Okay.
treated this.
Yes.
Supervising Investigator Daniel Sato. For the fingerprinting requirements, in 2022, it kind of changed due to Act 76, making it more stringent on us to make a determination on how we report whether or not they met all the requirements pursuant to the law. There is alternatives in Japan for fingerprinting, whether to a third-party contractor or the police station. But it is preferable that we get the fingerprint results, but we can put in a determination. It becomes harder, especially when you're talking about a permanent license. Not sure as of like, when you see special licenses, you see that specific clause say they have not yet got fingerprinted, but they're subjected to X. But it should be done prior to the public hearing. We can do that, but
That's fine. You just make it prior to the public hearing.
You could that.
I mean, as long as that's something that can be actually done, right? I mean, your client will be able to
so I mean,
work with that.
Well, he's gonna be in for the grand opening, so let's assume he comes in like, the Wednesday before the public hearing. He can be fingerprinted, that you do the field print. And at that point, he's likely to stay, you pick up the license a week later, he's probably gonna stay till the grand opening. So I don't think that's unreasonable,
yeah, so,
frankly.
yeah, I mean,
We're good with that.
This
Yeah,
allows
so,
the application.
I mean,
to
we can
proceed
take care of
while-
it on our own. So,
Okay.
We'll just put that specific clause that saying is subject to.
With that.
I mean, if
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Motion to approve request number 25-01819 with the provision of fingerprinting taking place prior to the public hearing.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve agenda item number 7, request number 25-01819 with Commissioner Sakamoto's verbiage to have the fingerprinting done prior to the public
Okay.
hearing.
Okay.
Any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Agenda item number 7, request number 25-01819 is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I get a form of action for agenda items 8 through 14?
Motion to approve the adoption of decisions and orders for agenda items number 8 through 14.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve adoption of decision and orders for agenda items number 8 through 14. Any objections or reservations? Seeing none, the chair also votes aye. Adoption of decision and order for agenda items 8 through 14 is approved. Moving on to agenda item number 15. Is there anything we need to call for this agenda item at this time? So we'll pass over agenda item number 15, but can we please have it put back on the agenda for next week?
I guess you do need to ask, I mean, even though there's no one here, if there's anyone who wants to testify on this on number 15.
Okay. Okay, so again, is there anyone in the audience who would like to provide testimony for agenda item number 15? Seeing none, then no testimony is provided. So again, we'll just ask to put that back on the agenda
Yeah,
next.
I'll ask Chair Hong when he wants that rescheduled.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 17, agenda item number 16, liquor administrator.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Sal Patilos, Administrator, Honolulu Liquor Commission. I was hoping for agenda item number 17. That would have been great. Well, in terms of our operations, I want to inform you that we had LCI one candidate join us this week, earlier this week. I wish I could say their name, but I won't. And we continue our efforts to recruit for that position. In fact, we do have interviews set up for, I believe, 9 candidates in the early part of next week for 2 LCI1 positions. So we're getting closer and closer to filling all the vacancies that we have, at least in terms of LCI1s in the enforcement section. I think we've been really focused on responding to follow-up questions from city council about our budget. It's just and so we've and questions have run the gamut from how is the recruitment for an assistant administrator going to explain to us how fees have changed over a period of time. So hopefully we provide sufficient information for them. But if there are any additional questions on their part, we're happy to respond to those questions. I think our chief investigator, as well as the auditing staff, attended a certified fraud examiner training this week. The funny thing is, it's training for the auditing group is really somewhat difficult. And so I know that they usually go to this every year. And so we're happy to be able to provide some training for that group, and we will continue to search for additional training that they may be able to attend. Finally, Assistant Administrator Harai and I had the pleasure of presenting before the Hawaii State Bar Association business law section. We talked about basically an introduction into what the commission does and its authority, the licensing process, and some of the responsibilities that accrue by virtue of individuals obtaining licenses from us. And with that, I am open to questions.
No. So only question I would have is, so with that most recent thing with the business groups, have they had any feedback in regards to things that they're hearing on their end from businesses itself?
We didn't discuss specifically whether or not they had feedback. I think a lot of people are concerned about some of the minutia of things like, if you're a group of, do you need can you just use one license and go through several locations and stuff? And as an administrator, I responded to questions like that. So it wasn't specifically what their clients have told them. Of course, there was a question about how long the process is in terms of investigating and a new application and issuing that. And I think you as members of the bid know those numbers.
Okay, that was my only question.
To go back a little bit regarding the council members, what were their concerns or questions regarding budget?
Yeah, so they had questions about I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. So they had questions about how they wanted to know how our fees changed over time. And I think for that, essentially, our fees remained stable, but there was a rule change, I believe, in 2018, Anna? Or
2018 was the last time we raised license fees.
yeah. And changes in license fees are need to go through rulemaking. And that's the last time that happened. And essentially we submitted a matrix of the changes involved, and then so they'll be able to see what it was prior to the rule change and what it is now. And there's some questions about the ending fund balance and where we are. There were also questions about our goals for completing new applications. So, and I think we submitted something like at this point, given what the current levels are, something like 318 days or something like that. That's still relatively big. And we're still trying to find ways to add capacity to the licensing section. And hopefully we have something that we can work with. We're still going to discuss that more fully. But yeah, the focus in trying to provide resources for licensing, so they have additional capacity than they have now. There were also questions about the body worn camera, so when that would be implemented, and we responded that we are trying to go through a pilot program through the remainder of this fiscal year, FY25, that there is a budget ask, there's a budget item for the purchase and procurement of body worn cameras. And that we hope that after the pilot program, that we'll be able to go through the competitive bid process for that. And hopefully the pilot will also let us know what kind of technical requirements we have, and hopefully, and by that, the hope is by going to the pilot program, we'll be able to have a really good idea of the technical requirements and specs that we would want.
This was before the full council or a committee?
Excuse me?
Was this before the full council?
It was before the, well, when we did our budget meeting, it was before the full council, and so we spoke a little bit about that, but they followed it up with written questions about the body worn cameras as well, and so we responded to that as well.
Written question.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I think sometimes they ask questions thinking you can just make magic overnight, So I
I
just
think-
wondering how the explanations were, but if it's in written form, then it's a
Yeah.
little bit different.
I saw the questions as essentially an interest in something that I think has been talked about, not only here, but also in public. I think they want to see us move on the project, and I think we've been trying to do that. Of course, within the bounds of procurement law or ordinances, that we've had, I'm always worried about how long procurements will take, so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 17, Liquor Commission announcements. Any announcements?